Already. Is the screen visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we start our today's lecture. In fact, we are in week number 11 at the moment, and as you know that we have finished our module of robotics, and today we are going to start our module of automation of the subject. So as we have discussed already in I think in the last lecture also, that probably this module will be you will feel that this will be an easier stuff to understand as compared to robotics. So I think that you will be comfortable, more comfortable, I would say, as you were in robotics while we are dealing with automation. In today's lecture, let me first introduce you to the subject. So the textbook which we will be following for this subject is Automation Production Systems and Computer Integrated Manufacturing by Michael P. Groover. It is the third edition which we will be following. And I have uploaded this book, e-copy of this book on LMS. So you must have either downloaded it, or if you have not, so please do so. So what we would be following as a textbook, I have uploaded, and the lecture notes I shall also be uploading in due course on weekly basis. So as far as the assessment or the examination of this part of the subject is concerned, so the textbook and the lecture notes would be enough for you to sail through this module of the subject of robotics and automation. When we talk of a word, or we hear a word automation, so what comes into our mind? So this is something which gives you a thought that something is happening automatically. So if we just go with the definition of the book, so it says that the use of automated equipment, the use of automated equipment components to increase the production and reduce the labor cost while increasing the quality. So this will be actually the use of some equipment which will help us in achieving these three aspects, which includes the increase in production, reduction in labor cost, and increase in quality of the product. And while we are talking about manufacturing systems, so we would be actually coupling the automation with manufacturing system. So it means that we are talking of something that we have a system in which we are manufacturing something, in which we are producing some things. Those things can be anything. We will be going through certain types of productions also. So it means that we will be going through a manufacturing system in which we are using some automated equipment, which could increase our production, which could reduce our labor cost and increase the quality of our product. So if we define that how a manufacturing system can be defined, so it is actually the integration and coordination of multiple automated workstations. So we are using some multiple automated workstations which we are integrating with each other, and we are coordinating them in between them. So it means that these multiple automated workstations, they are working in harmony with each other for production of some item. How do we define a production system now? So the production system is actually the collection of people, equipment, and procedures to organize the manufacturing operations. So what we were interested in from the start was the automation, that we wanted to automate. We wanted to use the automated equipment to achieve these three goals. And then we thought of these automated equipment workstations, which should be integrated and coordinated so that it becomes the manufacturing system. And then how will our production system work, that it is going to be a collection, a harmony, an accumulation of people, the equipment which is automated, and the procedures which are also automated to organize some manufacturing processes or manufacturing operations. So this is how we define our automation system, which is coupled with manufacturing system and the production system. Let us move forward, and then we talk about computer-aided design. So computer-aided design is something which denotes the use of computer to design and analyze the product. So I am sure that you people have used AutoCAD. You must have used ANSYS also. Maybe you have gone through ProEng also, ProE also. And some of you might be familiar with SolidWorks also. So these are actually the tools to design and analyze a product. Then is the computer integrated manufacturing. So CAD can only be helpful in an automation system when it is coupled with CAD. So this is the use of computers to run machine tools. So what we do actually is that we design, and then we analyze using CAD, and then we go into production. So what is the advantage of CAD and CAM? So if we straight away go into manufacturing, so maybe our design is not very good or is not adequate, and maybe wherever we are applying our product, that might not withstand the stresses of the machine in which that part is being used. So what we do is that we actually make the design on a computer in the soft form, then we analyze it, and when we are sure that it can work well within a machine, so then we go with the manufacturing. So this actually saves us time, and number two, it saves us the wastage of the material. So CAD and CAM, when they are combined together, so they are actually engineering and manufacturing operation and information which are for the common product database. So CAD CAM we are clear. Now I am introducing a term, computer integrated manufacturing. Here you can see the term which is computer integrated manufacturing. So computer integrated manufacturing, a little advanced version of CAD CAM, which says that the use of computer system to design the product, then plan the production. So this is something which is coming in, plan the production. So plan the production means that we are in fact trying to make some processes which are computerized, which are controlled by the computer. So we plan that production. Then we control the operations. And the operations कौन से हैं? These are the operations which are manufacturing operations. ठीक है? So design हो गया, analysis हो गया, उसकी manufacturing पे जब हम आ गए, तो manufacturing के अंदर आपकी computer integrated manufacturing आ जाएगी, which will actually be the plan of the production, then the control of the operation, and then certain business functions will also be included in it. So whenever as we move forward, so we will be more clear about these business functions which are to be taken care of while we are talking of computer integrated manufacturing. So automation is basically or broadly classified into two, into manufacturing automation. So what does the manufacturing automation stand for or depicts? That is the robots, CNC machine tools, CAD/CAM systems, PLCs, then automated inspection system, ASRS. ASRS is the automated storage and retrieval system. Then let me just write it down here so that this is actually automated storage and retrieval system. And similarly, these are the material handling systems, are actually the conveyors, belts, etc. So we would be dealing with ASRS, the automated storage and retrieval system, and the material handling system in a lot more detail, and we will be carrying out the analysis and some mathematical calculations of this. So what we want to make clear here, as while we are talking about manufacturing automation, so whenever this word manufacturing automation is spoken in front of you, or you hear of this word, so immediately these things should come into your mind, that you have a facility or you have a factory, you have a production unit in which there is a certain storage system which is automated. Then from the store, the raw materials, they travel through a material handling system, which can be conveyors or anything. We will talk about them. Then we will have the manufacturing machines with us, which will be making some parts for us. Those will be the CNC machine tools. Some robots will be in operation by picking up something from one place and then placing them into the machine, and then picking up the finished product from the machine and putting it again onto the material handling system like conveyors or belts. So this is a kind of factory which should come into your mind whenever you come across this word, manufacturing automation. So, and one more thing which is related to manufacturing automation is service automation. ओके, सो मैन्युफैक्चरिंग का जो चीज थी वो आपने ज़हन में आ गया कि मशीन्स हैं जो कुछ बना रही हैं, प्रोसेसेस कंट्रोल हो रहे हैं, चीज़ों की मूवमेंट हो रही है. देन देयर इज अ टर्म व्हिच इज कॉल्ड सर्विस ऑटोमेशन. सो ये सर्विस ऑटोमेशन ये क्या है? द सर्विस ऑटोमेशन इज समथिंग व्हिच हेल्प्स द मैन्युफैक्चरिंग ऑटोमेशन. लाइक इफ यू हैव अ फैक्ट्री, सो देयर हैज टू बी अ सिक्योरिटी सिस्टम. सो कोई कैमरास लगे हुए हैं, कोई कंप्यूटर्स चल रहे हैं, सो दैट इज यू नीड टू हैव अ सिक्योरिटी सिस्टम. Then logistic support tools. Logistic support में क्या है कि कुछ आपके पास मशीन कंप्यूटर्स हैं जो आपके लॉजिस्टिक सपोर्ट को मैन कर रहे हैं कि अभी आपको रॉ मटेरियल चाहिए, अभी रॉ मटेरियल आ गया, अब रॉ मटेरियल कम हो गया, अब फिनिश प्रोडक्ट बन गई है. सो ये लॉजिस्टिक्स का सपोर्ट. देन ऑफिस ऑटोमेशन, communication between one and the other office. So this is again can be done through automation. इसी तरह जैसे टिकटिंग है, रिजर्वेशन सिस्टम है, हॉस्पिटल मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम है, ईआरपी सिस्टम है विच आप देखें कॉलेज में चल रहा है. सो दीज आर ऑल टाइप्स ऑफ सर्विस ऑटोमेशन सिस्टम्स. सो एक मैन्युफैक्चरिंग ऑटोमेशन सिस्टम के साथ सर्विस ऑटोमेशन सिस्टम भी कपल होता है. और सर्विस ऑटोमेशन सिस्टम जरूरी नहीं है कि वो किसी मैन्युफैक्चरिंग सेटअप के साथ हो, वो एक स्टैंड अलोन सिस्टम के तौर पे भी यूज हो सकता है. So this is a very, very common question जो कि let me just show it to you कि humans versus machines. So एक बड़ा common question है ये. जब हमने robotics भी शुरू किया था तो ये वाला question मैंने आपसे किया था कि what is your opinion that what would the machines do? Will they render humans unemployed? So maybe or may not be. This is a big debate and it will keep going on. So I've just put in some strengths of human beings and the strengths of machines. So you can go through these, you can just have your opinion about it. So nothing much as a textbook or nothing much as a part of the course curriculum, I would say. But it is just a debate which happens everywhere while we are talking about automation, robotics, and things, something like this. So you may just go through this slide and make up your mind, make up your opinion for discussion with people who ask you these. Okay, so what is manufacturing automation? So manufacturing automation will be will have certain parts. Let me just take the black color here. So it will have some automated machine tool जो कि किसी भी part को process करेंगे. It means they are carrying out some process on the part, and that process can be like something like lathe का process हो सकता है, milling का process हो सकता है. You can say कि it is paint का process हो सकता है, and etc. Then transfer lines to perform the manufacturing operation. So transfer lines हमने कहा था कि ये these are the material handling systems, एक जगह से दूसरी जगह पे transfer चीजों को करेंगे for manufacturing operations. You can have then automated assembly lines. So ये जरूरी नहीं है कि सिर्फ manufacture ही हो तो automation हो. So you can have assembly lines also. So you have manufactured part in your factory. They are coming from different sources, and then you put them together using an assembly line. So that becomes a manufacturing industry for also. Then manufacturing systems that use robots, I have already talked about it. Then automated material handling systems and storages, we have talked about it. And see, there is an automatic inspection system. So in fact, the quality control is very, very important. So what does, if your quality control is not good, so it means that you are increasing your waste. So you are increasing your waste. So if your waste is increased, so it means that your price of your product or your item will go up. So quality control is very, very important. And since we are talking of automation, so it means that we would be producing things in very large quantities in a very short span of time. So during all this process, the quality control is very, very important, because if you are unable to ensure the quality, so what will happen? So if you are making 1,000 parts in one day and you are not ensuring quality, so all of it can go into waste. So that is why the quality control is very, very important while we are talking about automation. Why people go with the automation? So we have talked about earlier also, but just to jot down these things, that labor productivity will increase as we go with the automation. Then we can reduce the labor cost. We can mitigate the effects of labor shortage. So it means that we are working with lesser labor, and we are working with more machines. And then routine जो manual and clerical tasks हैं, those can be reduced or eliminated because of the machines. Worker की safety increase हो सकती है. We can improve the quality. We can reduce the manufacturing lead time. So manufacturing lead time is something which is defined as, we will talk about it in detail also. We will carry out some calculation, and formula, we'll see its formula also. So manufacturing lead time is the time which a part spends in the factory. So a raw material comes in and the finished product goes out. So the time spent in the factory is called the manufacturing lead time. And we can accomplish the processes which cannot be done manually, so we can use machines for this, and we can reduce the unit cost. How? By going into mass production. So the mass production is possible due to automation. Mass production is possible due to automation, and that will actually result in reduction of the unit cost. Okay, so let's move forward. And why people do not go with the automation? So let's see, the task is too difficult to automate. What does that mean? Gee, can somebody throw some light on this? Task is too difficult to automate.
Sir, any more about?
But you cannot use machines to. Let me just give you an example. Let's see. Sorry.
सर कोई ऐसा टास्क हो सकता है जिसमें ह्यूमन एलिमेंट जरूरी हो?
Human elements. Let's see. I'll give you an example of carving. आपने देखा होगा कि ये इधर अप नॉर्थ भी आप देखेंगे और आप कुछ और एरियाज में भी आपने देखा, सिंध की तरफ भी आप देखेंगे कि एक लकड़ी का पीस है और उसके ऊपर एक हथौड़ी और एक चिजल के साथ एक बंदा जो है वो कार्विंग कर रहा है। अब कार्विंग मशीन से भी हो सकती है, बट देयर आर सम थिंग्स जो कि मशीन, जो कि कार्विंग जो है वो इतनी डिफिकल्ट होती है या इतने उसके अंदर एंगल्स होते हैं दैट यू कैन नॉट अचीव विद द हेल्प ऑफ मशीन. And even if you have a machine to carry out that kind of carving in which there are not many angles involved, so it means that you will have a higher axis machine, you will require a higher axis machine to carry out that task. So उसमें क्या होगा, the cost of the machine would go up, and as the cost of the machine would go up, your product will go up, and probably people will not be able to buy that product. सो ये तो एक इसका एस्पेक्ट हो गया, इकोनॉमिक एस्पेक्ट हो गया. बट द अदर एस्पेक्ट इज दैट कि इतना मुश्किल है वो टास्क दैट इट कैन नॉट बी कैरिड आउट बाय विद द हेल्प ऑफ अ मशीन. सो ये एक इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है. देन शॉर्ट प्रोडक्ट साइकिल लाइफ. देखिए शॉर्ट प्रोडक्ट साइकिल लाइफ क्या है. इनफैक्ट हम ऑटोमेट क्यों करते हैं कि व्हेन वी वांट टू प्रोड्यूस लार्ज क्वांटिटीज, प्रोड्यूस large quantities. ठीक है. And when we are talking about large quantities, तो इसका मतलब है कि there has to be a market demand. And then market demand has to be for a longer time period. ठीक है. So let's see, अगर एक प्रोडक्ट की लाइफ इज ओनली 6 months और आप ये समझते हैं कि अच्छा मैं इसके लिए एक ऑटोमेटेड प्लांट लगा लूं, सो आप क्या करेंगे कि आप ऑटोमेटेड प्लांट लगाएंगे और वो प्रोडक्ट प्रोड्यूस करना शुरू कर देंगे और 6 महीने के बाद वो प्रोडक्ट जो है वो आउट ऑफ वो हो जाता है, आउट ऑफ ट्रेंड हो जाता है. सो व्हाट विल हैपन कि आपकी जो मशीन की कॉस्ट है शायद वही पूरी ना हो. सो शॉर्ट प्रोडक्ट लाइफ साइकिल के लिए आप ऑटोमेशन यूज नहीं करते. देन कस्टमाइज प्रोडक्ट, वन ऑफ अ काइंड, कि एक चीज है एक ही दफा बननी है. सो यू डू नॉट ऑटोमेट योर इंडस्ट्री फॉर दैट. तो उसके लिए आप क्या करेंगे, आप टूल्स यूज कर लेते हैं. लेट्स सी, मसलन आपने एक कार्विंग करना है, मैं वही मिसाल दोबारा लूंगा कि कस्टमाइज प्रोडक्ट है, कार्विंग करनी है आपने. सो एक तो आपके पास एक जनरलाइज टूल होना चाहिए जिसमें एक लेट्स सी हैमर है और एक चिजल है. सो यू कैन यूज दैट, बट उस कस्टमाइज प्रोडक्ट के लिए यू नीड टू हैव अ स्किल लेवल. ठीक है. देन अगर आपकी लास्ट पॉइंट अगर आप देखिए, फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी इन कोपिंग विद चेंजिंग डिमांड. सो अगर आपकी मशीन में फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी नहीं है चेंजिंग के जी डिमांड चेंज के साथ साथ वो अपनी कॉन्फ़िगरेशन को चेंज कर सके, देन यू डू नॉट गो फॉर द ऑटोमेशन. ठीक है. सो फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी इसके अंदर बहुत जरूरी है. सो ये वो 4 पॉइंट्स हैं. There can be many more discussion and there can be many more points, but these are some points which I have taken from your textbook. So इसलिए मैंने इनको यहाँ पे लिखा है. Then जब मैं ऑटोमेशन में जाना चाहता हूँ तो what should be the strategy कि मैं ऑटोमेशन में जाने से मैं जाते हुए मैं I should be a successful person. So number 1 कि मैंने implementation at stages करनी है. सो एकदम से इमीडिएटली मैं तमाम मशीन्स को या पूरी फैक्ट्री को ऑटोमेट नहीं करूंगा. सो व्हाट विल आई डू, मे बी आई हैव 6 मशीन. सो मैं कहूँ यार लेट्स ऑटोमेट 1 मशीन फर्स्ट एंड सी कि यार मेरी कैसी सिस्टम जो है वो चलता है. फिर मैं दूसरी मशीन की तरफ जाऊँ, फिर मैं लेट्स सी मैं कहूँ कि अच्छा अब मैं बाकी मशीन्स को भी कर लूँ और फिर अपनी पूरी फैक्ट्री को भी कर लूँ, ऑटोमेट कर लूँ. सो ये इट हैज़ टू बी इम्प्लीमेंटेड इन स्टेजेस. Then avoiding undue reliance on traditional justification process. So थोड़ा सा इस जहन से, अपने जहन से इस चीज को निकालना है. वो आप देखें जब हम ये बात करते हैं कि यार ये तो ऐसे ही होता है, सो आउट ऑफ द बॉक्स सोल्यूशन या नए सोल्यूशन को एक्सेप्ट नहीं करते. मैं लेट्स सी मैं आई एम इन दी लेट 40s नाउ एट दैट. तो मैं आप हो सकता है एज अ यंग जनरेशन, एज अ यंग माइंड, आप मुझे एक सजेशन देते हैं और मैं कहता हूँ नहीं यार तुम्हें नहीं पता, ये ऐसे नहीं होगा, ये ऐसे ही होता है जैसे मैं कह रहा हूँ, ठीक है। सो और लेट्स सी, एक यंग माइंड एक चीज प्रपोज कर देता है, वो चीज आ भी जाती है, उसके ऊपर काम भी शुरू हो जाता है। सो मैं अभी भी अपने जहन को नहीं खोलता और मैं यही कहता हूँ कि नहीं यार मैंने ट्रेडिशनल मेथड पे चलना है, तो फिर आपको ऑटोमेशन का फायदा या ऑटोमेशन आपकी सक्सेसफुल नहीं होगी। सो इस तरह की ट्रेडिशनल चीज़ों से निकल के आउट ऑफ द बॉक्स थिंकिंग जो है, दैट इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। देन आगे हम ये बात कर चुके हैं कि वेल थॉट आउट स्ट्रेटजी होनी चाहिए कि हाउ टू इम्प्लीमेंट ऑटोमेशन। देन एग्जिस्टिंग मैन पावर को रिटेन करें, उनकी स्किल को यूज करें, एंड देन यू मस्ट हायर एन ऑटोमेशन एक्सपर्ट जो आपको गाइड करे कि यार ये ऑटोमेशन जो है ये हाउ विल दिस प्रोसेस टेक प्लेस। सो दिस इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। व्हाई would people fail while they go towards automation? So you do not define a problem and you start implementing a solution. So आप कहते हैं कि यार मैंने let's see ये बनाना है और मैं कहता हूँ कि यार let us buy a CNC machine. So जबकि आपको ये पता है कि यार ये CNC मशीन की इसके लिए जरूरत नहीं है, तो आप एक सिंपल सी डिजाइन बनाने के लिए यू बाय अ CNC मशीन। देन आपने यही नहीं देखा कि इसकी डिमांड कितनी है, पता लगे यार ये 6 महीने के अंदर इसकी डिमांड खत्म हो जानी है स्टेपलर, तो आप कहते हैं यार मैं CNC मशीन लगा लूँ, तो दैट यू शुड नॉट डू। देन अब ये बड़ी इंपॉर्टेंट और मजे की चीज है, ये आपने यहाँ ये वाला जो पढ़े कि कोई बंदा आता है अपने इक्विपमेंट को बड़ी तारीफ करता है और आपको बेच के चला जाता है, जबकि आपको उसकी रिक्वायरमेंट ही नहीं है। सो you cannot automate. Then ये बड़ी इंपॉर्टेंट चीजें हैं, ये जो दो देखिए ये वाली, कि whenever you are going या you are deciding to go into an automated system, so the management has to take their employees on board. क्योंकि देखिए जो एम्प्लॉई है ना, या जो एक बंदा जो वर्कर है हाथ से काम कर रहा है, उसको ऑन बोर्ड लेना बड़े जरूरी है कि यार अगर मैं तुमको ये मशीन दूं तो तुम्हारी प्रोडक्टिविटी बढ़ेगी। पहले वो रिलक्टेंट हो, शायद वो कहे नहीं यार नहीं होना चाहिए, देन आप उसको थोड़ा कन्विंस करें एंड देन उसको इस तरफ लेके आए, ठीक है। सो ये बड़े इंपॉर्टेंट दोनों पॉइंट्स हैं कि अगर आप ये नहीं करेंगे सो यू माइट गो इनटू फेलियर व्हाइल यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट ऑटोमेशन। देन टेक्नोलॉजी लीव टू लॉन्ग, कि एकदम से बहुत हायर एंड ऑफ मशीन्स, हायर एंड ऑफ ऑटोमेशन की तरफ नहीं जाना। इट हैज टू बी इम्प्लीमेंटेड इन स्टेजेस एंड हैज टू बी एक क्या progressively, it has to be done in a progressive manner. Then you must have an overall strategy and plan. While if you do not have that plan, so you might result into failure. So this was the last slide of just for the introduction of the subject. So do you have, if you have any question in it, so I will answer, or if there is no question, so then we can go into the other lectures. So I'm just switching on off the recording here.